Hello, new or seasoned consultant. I want to train you for a minute today on how to fill out a weekly accomplishment sheet and why it's important. And I will tell you, one of my consultants, Emily, she trained me on this. So I totally give her credit. Emily, she did a Zoom training for us the other day, and I wanted to post that, but it didn't record. So I'm taking her training and trying to do it justice by training you myself. But let me show you what a weekly accomplishment sheet is. But before I do, it is a great place to track everything you did for the week. It's going to track your sales. It's going to track, you'll see everything that it tracks, your hours worked, and then it'll send a summary to me as your director. It'll track new recruits or what your goals are and all of that. And it's super easy to go through. It'll take you, once you get at it, it'll probably take you 5 or 10 minutes on a Sunday afternoon to do it. And then at the end of the year, you'll have 52 of these that sum up your entire year. It's going to make tax time so much easier, and it's just going to help you be more organized and stay on track in your business. So let me share my screen with you and show you how to find it. I'm going to go to Mary Kay in Touch. Okay, there's my Mary Kay in Touch. I'm going to pop down business tools here. You're going to go to the very bottom where it says weekly accomplishments. And you can just click on that and then it'll drop down this other stuff, or you can just go over here and click enter weekly accomplishments. Now I'm just going to do a practice one with you. Okay, it's showing all these orders I have. Okay, if you have entered in orders, so if you go to like my customers app and enter in people's orders or do a CDS order, then it'll pop down all of your orders automatically. Isn't that so nice? I don't have to re-enter these, okay? Now, or you can do it manually by clicking here, okay? Or you can pop that down. So if you had a combination of both, you could pop this down and add these, click add, right? Or, and this is one I created, this Jane Doe is one I created for our training the other night, the Jane Doe. I wonder if I can take her off. Okay, so I took her off. So I could add these to my weekly accomplishment because they're already added in, right? I could put number of hours worked, number of guests, like if she was the hostess, right? Okay, all of this. But I'm going to do a new one, just a manual one to show you because that looks a little confusing. So let's say my hostess name was Jane Doe, right? I can put the date of the party. So let's say it was last night, which is the 15th. Okay, let's say the number of hours. Now, if she's my hostess, if I'm entering in number of hours for a party, so let's say, for example, I did have a party last night. The party only took me half an hour, but counting the time it took me to schedule all the posts for the Facebook parties and follow up with people after the Facebook party and all included, I bet it took me about 2 hours to do the party. So I'm going to put 2 hours since she was the hostess. Now, when I enter in all the orders for the other people, I'm going to put 0 hours because I'm already recording these 2 hours. I don't want to record it 5 times or it's going to look like I worked 10 hours when really I worked a total of 2 hours for all those orders last night. Do you see what I mean? So once you count the orders for that one party, only count it once. But so I always count it for the hostess. So she was the hostess for the party. It took me 2 hours. Now, let's say this was just a random reorder. I'll do one of those in a second. But let's say this was a party. Okay, it took me 2 hours. There were 5 guests on. Number of orders for the party. This is for the party, y'all. Okay. Let's see. I sold 4. There were 4 orders from party last night. Number of bookings. I got 1 booking from it. Skincare sets sold. I sold 2 skincare sets. Sales. I sold about $200. Okay. For the whole party. So this is counting the whole party, I guess. Okay. So you could do whole party or you could do individual, but I'm going to just count for the whole party. Okay. Sales tax on $200 was, let's see, 200 times 0.07. Sales tax was $14. Hostess gifts. I did give away some hostess gifts to the hostess, and for booking, probably give away about $50 in hostess gifts. Now, normally I would go add it up exactly, or I can add it up right now. I gave away charcoal mask. That's $24. And then I gave away 2 mascaras. So those were $16 each. So that was $56. Okay, $56 in hostess gifts. So amount given away. This is like, did I give any discounts? I did. I gave one person a half off mask applicator brush since she bought a charcoal mask. Okay, so the brush was 12. I sold it to her for 6, so I gave away $6. Does that make sense? Okay, non-recoverable sales tax. This is the tax on the products I gave away. I gave away $56 worth in product. I gave this girl a $6 discount. Do you see the difference? For this $56 worth of product I gave away, that I need to tax that because I still have to pay taxes on that. So 56 times 0.07 is $392. So $392 would be considered my non-recoverable sales tax. I still have to pay the sales tax, but I didn't collect it from my party. Does that make sense? And then I click add. It's going to add it down here and show me. Okay, now let's say I also had a reorder. I did have a reorder yesterday. I'm trying to remember what it was for. I'm just going to make one up. Okay, let's say I had a reorder for Susie. Susie Q. Okay, it was yesterday on the 15th. It literally took me 10 minutes. So I guess for number of hours, I would put 0.2. Okay, because it didn't take me long. Guess there was just one. It was one person. It was a reorder. I'm going to change this to type was reorder. Number of orders, 1. Number of bookings. She didn't rebook with me. It wasn't a skincare set. Let's say it was like a $40 reorder. Okay. Sales tax on $40, 40 times 0.07 is 2.8. I didn't give her a hostess gift. I didn't give her any discount or anything, so I don't have to do that. Okay, so I add it. You would add in all your reorders here. So at the end of the week, you just get all of your sales tickets, group them by party, and just do this for the whole week, okay? So this is just a sample one because I do have a couple more parties this week, so I'll have to do a real one later. Okay, but then click next. Okay, potential team members interviewed. This is counting how many people you actually interviewed about the business. Now this is already showing numbers since I already did a sample one for the week, so sorry about that. Okay, so last night I actually didn't interview anyone yet. I'm going to follow up and interview them, but I can't count them yet. But hopefully by the end of the week, I will get to put a couple in here, okay? Number of new team members. I did sign up a team member yesterday. Number of appointments for next week. Right now, I have 4 parties on my books for next week, okay? It's already showing you based on my numbers how many skincare sets I have sold because I already entered that. Facial sales was 200 because I think I forgot to change it to a party. So it should have been skincare class sales, but I left it as a facial. Sorry about that. Okay, on-the-go sales, no. Personal website orders, no. Shows, brochure, miscellaneous sales, reorders, $40, right? Okay, so it's going to show you all these things. Wholesale order from the company, that's just showing that because of before. So let's see, it would probably be about $140 wholesale order from the company maybe, including what I sold and what I gave away. I'll probably order that from the company by the end of the week. Section 2, let's say I order $5 worth of samples. Okay. Let's go to next. So next week's goals. These are my goals that I've already created for myself for next week. I want to sell $500. Number of skincare classes, 2. Really, it's going to be more than that because I already have 4 on my calendar, but you know, I'd like to have 2 facials as well. Okay. I don't really do on-the-go appointments or on with the show appointments right now. Number of interviews, I want to have at least 2, but really I want 5, so I'm going to change that. Number of customer calls, I want to call 20 customers next week, okay? These are just goals. This is a great section right here, down here, because you get to check what you want more information about, and this comes to me. So I will be able to see what you're struggling with, or maybe not struggling, but what you want more training in, okay? Check what you want more training in, okay? And then click next. Input new or prospective team members. These are people you interviewed. So if you put, hey, I interviewed 2 people, you would put their name, address, and number and email here, whatever you have. If you just have their name and number, I think that should be fine. And you'd keep adding them until you listed all of them, okay? So let's say I interviewed Emily, you know, whatever. Sorry, that's showing her address. Let's say I interviewed somebody, Susie. Okay. Street address, let's leave it blank, and I could enter her phone number, 888-222-4444. Okay, and then I could add her. Let's say I also recruited someone, right? And I could put her name here, okay, on who I recruited. Then I click next. Okay, this is summary, estimated weekly gross profits. Now it says 40% here. It takes 40% of your sales because in Mary Kay, we make 50%, but I also gave away some product, right? So it gives you a buffer. It recommends putting 60% in your business and 40% as your profit. So it's saying my profit is $96, okay? I profited $96. How many hours did I spend working for those $96? I spent 2 hours, 2.2 hours working. That's about 2 hours and 15 minutes, right? And I earned $96. So my profit per hour was $43 an hour. That ain't bad. Y'all, if you do, like, my end of week sheet on this will be really cool because I've got 5 parties this week. So I'll be able to put in how many hours I worked for those 5 parties and all of my sales. And then you'll be able to see how much I made per hour working, right? Which that's so cool because you can show this to a prospective teammate. Once you have all these, you could print these out and keep them with you, maybe your past 2 months or maybe your best 2 months, and be like, look, this month I worked a total of 20 hours and I made, for those 20 hours, I made $50 an hour. That is attractive to people. Okay, click next. This says you can click here to get a printed version and click and print it. This is going to send it to me. This is so helpful because this is how I'm going to recognize you in our groups. This is how I'm going to prize you. This is how I'm going to see what you need help with. And it's just how I can help coach you better. So you want to send it to here. So you click submit my accomplishments. Okay. And it's submitted. Then if you want to go back and look at them, you can look at weekly accomplishment sheet reports here, which is super awesome. This is also great, the weekly plan sheet. This is just really helpful, okay? Review post-unit accomplishment sheet. Oh, that's mainly for me. Okay, the weekly plan sheet you can print out. This is awesome to help plan out your week. Oh, I don't think it's showing on my StreamYard, but anyway. Okay, so how long did that take us? Let's see. It took us about 12 minutes, but I've been talking and walking you through it. When you actually sit down with everything, once you get good at this, you'll be able to crank it out in 5 to 10 minutes, and it'll really help you stay organized, and it'll help me be able to coach you better. So I'm encouraging all my unit members to submit this on Sunday afternoons. And hopefully, if you're an active unit member with us, you'll get a reminder from my office line every Sunday afternoon to submit these. Just to remind you to be doing that once a week so you don't get behind and so you stay on top of it. Hopefully this helps. Let me know if you guys have any questions.